Hey friends, so today I'm going to be talking to you all about our trip to Salem, Massachusetts for Halloween. If you haven't been following, I've already posted a few videos on our vlogs while we were there, so if you haven't seen them, go check them out. But I did a question portion over on my Instagram, and I asked you guys if you guys had any questions that you would like me to answer, and I'm going to be answering them today. But before that, I just want to give like my general opinion about what I thought of Salem and going there for Halloween and etc. So basically, I loved it. I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. And if it's yours, I highly recommend going to Salem for Halloween or, the weeks leading up to Halloween, because they have Salem Haunted Happenings, I think it's what it's called. And they just have like so many events going, and on Halloween, it was just so special because so many people were dressed up and walking the streets. I mean, thousands of people were there. And it was like a real life, like Halloween town or like Disneyland for Halloween. It was just so fun and so amazing. And yeah, so I highly recommend going if you're interested in that. The town of Salem, we also went to Boston and to Plymouth. We learned some American history while we were there. So of course, traveling to someplace new, I would always recommend doing if you've never been there, because why not? Okay, so the first question is, somebody asked, is it safe? And I felt safe for the most part. I mean, I was never alone. I was always with DJ. But of course, when you're traveling somewhere new, or even if you've been somewhere before, even if you're in your home town or wherever you are, I think you should always be vigilant, especially if you're walking around by yourself. But I would always suggest traveling with somebody else. And if you can't do that, always like leave your location on, let somebody know where you are. That's just my opinion, because I travel a lot and sometimes I am by myself. But with that, somebody always knows where I am or where I'm going for the day. So I did feel safe in Salem, but we were mostly walking around during the day. We were out there from like, 9, 10 in the morning up until maybe, 9 at night. So it did get dark, but actually there was a lot of lights like lighting the streets, and we didn't like go down any dark alleys or anything like that. So where we were, I felt pretty safe. But of course, always just whatever is safe, whatever it means to be safe for yourself, you do that. What else? The next one, how long do you need to visit Salem? We went to Salem technically just one day on Halloween. Our whole trip to Massachusetts was from Friday night to Monday morning because Halloween was on Sunday. So we only spent one full day in Salem, which was on Halloween, and we spent Saturday, the day before, walking around Boston. And what else did we do? Oh, we went over to Plymouth, which is about an hour away. And then we also went to Rhode Island, which is about an hour away, which is so crazy to me that you can just, only drive an hour and you're in a different state, which is very rare for like living in California, because our state is like, so long. But yeah, so that was really fun. You can take as much time as you want. Me and DJ, we really like to get in, see what we want to see, experience some local things, and then go. But yeah, we really just needed one full day for Salem because it's just a city, right? A small city or a small town. And then Boston, I'm sure there's a lot more to do, but he's been there before, I've been there before, so we went and checked out, Rhode Island for about, just for lunchtime, and then we drove back. So I just needed a weekend. Depends on what you're interested in and how long you want to be there. But if you're just going to go to Salem, yeah, I would say you just need a day or two. Next, did we stay in a hotel? Yes, we stayed in a hotel. We actually stayed in the city of Boston because the prices were a bit more affordable in Boston, and almost everything was sold out in Salem. And in Salem, when you search for like hotels or Airbnbs in Salem, especially maybe during our time, they all had, what was it? Like, oh, stay in this haunted hotel or stay in this haunted Airbnb. And for me, I'm just not about that life. So I just wanted to stay in a regular hotel with no hauntings of any kind in the middle of the night. And yeah, so we we were not interested in that. So what I do suggest is staying in Boston and renting a car and being able to drive yourself. So from Boston to Salem is about an hour. From Boston to Plymouth was also about an hour. So everything was pretty close in my use of the word closeness. I mean, I can drive an hour, and with LA traffic, I could still not even be in LA. So that was pretty close for me. And I thought it was I just have like a nice feeling of driving into a new place. It kind of feels like, well, one, you can do whatever it is you want to do. You don't have to worry about an Uber, being late or early or, whatever. And you really have full control of what you want to do, where you want to be, and if you want to leave. So I just like that experience more, and I like being able, it just makes me feel like, kind of like homey, like I'm at home. I don't know, it's a weird feeling, but I love it. And if you don't mind driving, I highly recommend renting a car. Of course, you can use Uber, or we didn't really look into any public transportation because we drove everywhere, but they might have it. That's something to look into if you're interested in going the other route. And now that we're speaking about, our stay, we flew in from LAX to Boston, and the flight there was 5.5 hours. And then the rental car place was at the airport, so I highly recommend doing that too, so that you don't have to worry about getting a ride to, a rental car place outside of the airport. It was easy right there. And the flight back was a little bit longer, which is kind of tiring, but it was 6.5, almost 7 hours of flying from Boston back to LAX. Boston is the nearest airport to Salem, which I recommend going into Boston. And we went through LAX, so it's a direct flight. So again, it's up to you if you would rather fly from another airport, which has a double sector or multiple sectors to like kind of break up those hours. Or for us, it was just easier, just do a one-way there, one-way back, even if it was a little bit longer. But yeah, those are the flying recommendations that I can have for you, or at least share with you my opinions on it. What else? The car rental was, I think, under $200 for the whole weekend, which was, I think, a great price. And then the hotels roughly in Boston were $200 to $300 a night, is the majority of the prices I saw. In Salem, I didn't really look into it too much because, like I said, we weren't really interested in that whole spooky vibe. Did the weather ruin your trip? We knew beforehand that it was going to be raining Halloween weekend. That is something you need to look into for yourself if you don't like the rain or the weather or whatever it is. We knew we wanted to be there on Halloween day, and we just knew whatever it's going to be, we were just going to be happy with it and enjoy it no matter what. We were well prepared in what we packed, and we packed umbrellas, rain boots, rain jackets, hats, warm clothes, everything. So if you want to see the whole video of what I packed, just go and check it out. It's on my page, or it's on my channel. But yeah, I think if you just plan accordingly, you can enjoy pretty much any weather as long as you're prepared for it. So no, it didn't ruin our time. The next question I got is best food. And well, the first night when we landed in Boston, we were looking for a place to go. It was Friday night. It was really busy. Most places were all booked for the whole night, which was kind of tough to find a place. The first night we ended up at Giacomo's restaurant. It's an Italian restaurant, which was really good. DJ said he really loved his pasta that he got. But I just want to keep in mind that, well, one, make reservations ahead of time because it was super packed, probably just because it was Friday night, but it was super busy. And number two, Giacomo's in particular, it's the only place we went to that night. They only had a few options for vegetarian people like myself. So keep that in mind if you're veggie or if you have any other kind of, food stuff. Highly recommend looking at a menu before you go. But yeah, what I had was pretty good too. It's just, I think they only had like maybe one or two options for me. So that was Friday night. Okay, so then on Saturday, we went over to Rhode Island. We drove an hour from Plymouth because we were at Plymouth. So we drove over to Rhode Island to check out a Mexican restaurant called Zaco Taco. It's spelled with an X. And I really liked it. I got the vegan tacos, which it was like a taco, and it came like inside was a fried cauliflower and with some toppings, squeezed some lemon on top, and it was amazing. Honestly, it was so good. I highly recommend going to check that out because I really loved it. And DJ really liked his. He got a bowl. He got kind of like a Chipotle bowl, and he said he really liked it as well. So highly recommend Zaco Taco in Rhode Island. And then on Sunday we were walking around Salem. Kind of didn't have too many options, or maybe, you know what, there was a few options, but it was so busy and so packed that it was kind of hard to like find a place. But we came across a place that sold vegetarian pierogies, which just means that they had potatoes and cheese inside, and they were so good. They were nice and hot and fresh, and I love them. If I go back, I would probably order them again because they were so good. What did DJ have that day? Oh, and from the same place, DJ ordered a sandwich. I think it was I don't know, turkey sandwich or something. So yeah, we just found a spot. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but maybe if you look up pierogies in downtown Salem, you'll find it because they were amazing. Okay, so then on Sunday, we went to Wahlburger, which is the restaurant by Mark Wahlberg, and we had I think they were veggie hamburgers, which were good. I mean, it was just a cool experience to go to his restaurant. The last question was, where did you get your travel outfit from? Again, this is in the pack with me video, but I did get it at Zara, and it was just the best travel outfit. You'll probably see me wear it a million more times because it was very cute, stylish. I wore it with boots, which kept me warm, but it was also so comfy and easy to just like be comfortable sitting on the plane for so long. So yeah, I got it at Zara. And it was like a top and bottom set. So you don't really have to think too much. You just throw it on and it looks good. So that's easy for me. Those are all the questions I got asked. Thanks for asking them. I'm happy to help you guys out too. I hope you get to make your trip to Salem in the future, or to Boston, or to Massachusetts. So this is the end of the video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Follow me over on Instagram, subscribe to my channel here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Love you, bye.